Okay, it's Friday morning. Today the motor's coming out of the Dodge. I've been picking away at it probably like an hour a day, every day after work, out where it's sitting there in my neighbor's parking spot. But today I think it's going to come in the shop for two reasons. One, I'm so tired of working on like a slanted driveway. I get on the creeper rolls away, I put a tool down, the tool rolls away. There's rocks and stuff out there. It's not the most comfortable. But two, the main thing is it looks really nice out right now, but it's kind of cold and kind of windy, and it's supposed to get pretty crappy this afternoon. So I'm going to bring it inside somehow. I don't know how I'm going to get it up there, up that little slope by myself, but I'll figure it out. I'm going to bring it inside where it's warm, the floor is smooth and clean, and yeah, we'll get that thing out. I'm not stopping today until the engine is out of that truck. That wasn't so bad. Thanks, Shannon, who just ran away. This is like the official thank you. Bye. That wasn't so bad. Okay, now that it's inside where it's warm, I'm such a diva. You know, guys that like wrench on stuff that don't have a shop, that just work on like a gravel driveway or they're even a paved driveway, just work outside. That's hard. I respect you guys. I can't do it. I'm spoiled. I have a shop, and now that I have a shop, I can't do it outside anymore. So yeah, now that it's inside my nice warm shop, because I'm a diva, let's go over what's left. Like I said, I've been picking away on this thing throughout the week. So the drive shaft is off, the radiator's off. As you notice, there's no front end on it anymore. So here's my like hack of the week. Because as you know from the last video, I had to get the front bumper off to get the intercooler off. Well, I posted the truck up for sale, or not for sale, for parts, on Monday night, I think. And now that it's Friday, people have come and bought all this stuff. It's gone. I don't have to take it off. And the best part, they gave me money for it. So it just made my life a whole lot easier. It helped them out as well. A lot of people got some really good parts for their trucks. But yeah, so what's left on this? The intercooler is obviously off. I've got all the wiring dissected, and I've kept what I've needed. As far as I know, this is really the only one that matters. That's the one for the fuel solenoid. What else is done? I still got to take the power steering lines off. The cooler's undone. I got to take the exhaust off still. I got to take the motor mounts, unbolt them. Everything underneath is done. The transmission mount is unbolted, drive shaft's off, shifter linkage is undone. So hopefully there's not too much. So let's get to it. Okay, so I'm about to cut the exhaust off, and the reason I'm going to cut it off back here as opposed to just unbolting from the turbo is two things. This whole downpipe is still in really nice shape, and I mean it's kind of the right shape already. It's got this nice little bracket that holds it to the transmission. So if I can, I'd like to try to use as much of that as I can. And if not, I mean, if it doesn't work out when it goes in the Ford, that's fine. We can trim it and modify it as we need. But I mean, it's stuff like this, it's better to have it and not use it than to not have it and then need it. So I'm going to cut it off right here. Got a new Sawzall blade. I tried to undo this, but it's been together for way too long. It's seized in there. So yeah, let's cut this out. Success. Okay, back to, I gotta undo the fuel lines. Maybe I can do that down here. Yeah, okay, on to other things. Okay, fuel lines are done. I just chopped through them with some vice grips like an animal. I'm pretty sure further up there's probably some disconnects, but we can find those once we get it. Once we get it actually out of the truck, then we can assess where everything is. So, yeah. Okay, so I just remembered I've got these universal line wrenches, the same ones that I use to get the fuel line apart. So it might work. Oh yeah, that worked great. Okay, that experience there comes from when I was a kid. I used to go to the junkyard all the time. And every time you go to the junkyard, you find exactly what you need, but you never have the right tool to get it off. So you got to improvise. Okay, where can I put this where it's going to run into my drain bucket? There we go. Okay. Now, let's see if we can get the other side loose. Bend that out of the way. Beautiful. Who says you need the right tool for the job? Vice grips. That's the only tool you need. So you know what my favorite part about that was? Is like I hardly even marked these. You can't even tell they were taken apart with vice grips. That's how you know you're working with a real professional. Okay, and now with those out of the way, we can get the impact gun in here and oh, we're spinning on the back side. Success. All right, I think it is ready to come out now. I'm sure I forgot something. There's probably some little ground strap attached to the firewall that we're gonna like pick the whole truck up with, but I mean, we'll figure that out when we start pulling it out. Two things we have to do first. We're gonna have to get this hood off. I was hoping somebody would have come along and bought the hood by now, but they haven't. And the other challenge we're gonna have is, this is how I get my engines in and out. This thing rules, except for two things. One, this isn't my building. I just leased this place, and that was already in here when I moved in, and it's amazing. It works so good, except for it's in the worst spot. It comes right down the center of the shop where the cars are not. So we're probably going to have to roll this Model A chassis back and over as far as we can. I almost wanted to put it outside, but if it started raining, this is a customer project and I didn't want it to get rained on. But I think if we move it forward that way and back a bit, we should be able to get the Dodge over on an angle just enough that all we got to do is pick it up and then we can roll the truck out. So that's our next step. Hood off and position the truck underneath the crane. Okay, I'm blowing the hood off here. I have a question for everybody. These guys here, the little adapters. I'm looking for recommendations on some good ones because these are the ones I had. Broke two of them this week. So I want to buy some stronger ones. Let me know what you guys use. What brand, where to get it. Thanks. This might get weird. I'm about to take the hood off by myself. Shannon's in a meeting right now, so she can't help me, and I don't know where any of my neighbors are. But I don't know, it's not like it matters if I get scratched. Did it. Okay, it's a little awkward, but it worked. We got this in the right spot. It's a little cramped over here. Probably should have moved that frame outside, but too late now. So we got a hook here, and we got a hook way back here in this shadowy area that you can't see. So obviously I can't put a chain or a strap or anything back there, so I'm going to pick it up at the front here, and I'm going to take the floor jack and put it under the transmission pan to kind of pick the back up, and basically we'll support the engine and then roll the truck back far enough till that is exposed, and then we'll like gently set the engine down, maybe on here or something, and reconfigure our straps. So we're going to try that. I don't know if this will work or not, but I think we should try it. That's working, but we can't go up any higher. And we're not quite clear of this yet. So I'm going to take these 3 bolts out to take this motor mount out, and then I think it should slide out. I got it stuck. I wedged it right in there. We're stuck up between here and just won't quite squeeze through there. It's so close though. So I think I'm going to stop for lunch and come back and maybe give it one more go. And if that doesn't work, I might have to undo the cab mounts and just lift the cab up a little bit. But maybe not. It's so close. We'll see after lunch. Jim has joined us, and I undid the cab mounts, and we picked the cab up literally by using the engine. It was Jim's idea. And we got it free now, I think. I think it's free. So we're going to try to wiggle it out of here. Okay, we got it unwedged, and we got to this rear hook here, so we've repositioned it. This strap is only rated for 900 pounds, and I'm pretty sure this is more than that, but I mean, we got the floor jack underneath, so it'll be fine, I think. I have a chain somewhere, but I can't find it right now. I'll probably find it as soon as we get this thing out. That strap started making some noises. Scared us. So still can't find the chain, but I found this strap in the back of my truck while I was looking for the chain, and it's rated for like 3,000 pounds, so it should be fine. It's out of there. What a monster. Here's those fuel lines that I cut off, and remember I was saying there's probably like a disconnect somewhere. It's right here. But, you know, when it was in the truck, you know, the firewall was like here. You couldn't see any of that, so that's nice and easy to get to now. We got the temperature sender here. I kept the transmission wiring harness, although I don't think we need that. I think there's an adapter you can buy to hook the Ford speedometer cable up. And we got a switch here. This transmission has like a electronic overdrive and a lockup converter, so I think that's what these are for. This, I'm not sure what that's about. Maybe a temperature sender for transmission temperature? I don't know. Over on the other side, speaking of transmission, we got this transmission line that is now dripping. I think it got banged on something pulling it out, and it was pretty rusty. How a transmission line rusts out, I don't know, but there it is. It goes up to this thing. I have no idea what that thing's for. Hopefully somebody does. Yeah, otherwise, I think we're going to just let this thing hang out here. Jim's got his Dodge in the shop right now. He's got to change a motor mount on his Slant 6. So I might go, and since it's not raining out and it's windy and cold, like the wind is cold, but I think I'm going to hook the truck up to the trailer, and then we can winch this guy up and probably get it out of here because Lewis wants his parking spot back. So I've got this dolly that my friend Bob gave me.
Oh, little Bob.
Bob, Mustang Bob. I have no idea what the weight rating is on it, but I don't know. I think it'll hold this engine. I don't know. It either will or it won't. Let's find out. It's on there, and it didn't collapse. It hasn't squished. I don't know if it rolls too good, but it hasn't collapsed. So we'll take that as a win. I just cut the drive shaft off, as you saw, and the reason I did that is because I want this yoke for two things. I'm going to need it for the drive shaft in the Ford. Two, it will plug, if I can get it in there, boom, it'll plug this from dribbling transmission fluid every time we move it. The reason why I cut this off rather than just taking this apart is I know they do make conversion U-joints so that you can take a yoke from one engine and put it on a drive shaft from, or sorry, a yoke from a transmission, not an engine, and attach it to the drive shaft of something else. But just in case they don't make a conversion U-joint to put this on my Ford drive shaft, we can split this weld, pull this piece out, and then weld that into the Ford drive shaft when the time comes. But in the meantime, it will plug this hole. I don't think there's much left to do on this engine other than I'm going to clean it all up. Probably going to do that tomorrow. It's supposed to rain tomorrow, so that would be a good day to hang out outside and wash this thing. I might take the Dodge to the scrapyard today still. I don't know, I'm torn on that. Like, I want to keep selling parts off it to make money, but I haven't had much interest in it today, so I don't know how many more parts I'll sell off of it. So maybe I should just take it to the scrapyard. The scrapyard's open today, and it's gone, and I don't have to worry about it anymore. Okay, that concludes this video, part 2 of Brown Sugar Gets a Cummins Swap. If you're still watching, I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. I think the next point here is I'm going to clean this up, probably paint it. I want to paint it like the original Cummins color, not like the Dodge color, but like what Cummins had in the 70s, that kind of beige color. Yeah, and after that, I have to take my truck apart. The part that I've kind of been dreading because it's my only truck, and I don't want to rush this job. I want to do it right, but at the same time, I can't have my truck down for very long, so that's a little bit stressful. Well, I don't know, we'll figure it out. Check out LGSpeedKustom.com if you want some LG Speed Kustom merch. We got t-shirts, ladies shirts, hot rod parts, motor mounts, stuff like that, shock mounts, cool parts that I make. Also, thanks to the Cavaleros for providing us with great background music. Cavaleros are a local Victoria surf band that let us use their music. Also, if you are into hot rods, I know this is more like the Cummins truck stuff is not really hot rod stuff, but I'm a hot rod builder, and that's mostly what we focus on here is hot rods. But check out Bennett's Customs in Australia. Jordan Bennett he's a Canadian guy from BC, right here, he moved to Australia a few years ago and has a hot rod shop there, and he does some really cool stuff, and he's got a great YouTube channel, so go check out Bennett's Customs. I think that's about it. I'm gonna go get some dinner now. It's been a day. Thanks for watching. Oh, and one more thing. Thanks to Jim and Shannon for the help today. Much appreciated.